No, not really.
A juicy set.
Not really. I should hopefully be getting one by this weekend. I hope so, because I can't work without one. I just need it.
Yeah. Well, I can recommend these Logitech ones that I'm wearing right now. They're very comfy.
Yeah, the thing is, I need to see if I can find them here, right? Because if I try to get them from Amazon, it's going to cost me a lot, and it's going to take a long while to get here.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
do
as easy
live
as,
in a remote island.
it's not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, maybe you should just move to Manchester.
Well, I'm in the process of moving, just not to Manchester.
Well, you'll have great access to consumer products. So
Oh,
that's good.
I'm definitely sure that I won't be missing anything from there.
All sorts of products. Consumption products.
Living in a fancy penthouse on the 82nd floor of a definitely not built by slaves building. It'll be delightful.
I just need an answer. They haven't told me anything yet. I mean, they've told me that people have approved and that shit, but I haven't had a go ahead yet, and they haven't given me the package or the number of sorry, the number that my salary what that's gonna be. So I need that information just to see if I can make my mind up. Because if I decide that it won't be worth it, like if it's going to be a point of me going there and then ending up spending a lot more money than if I would have just stayed here, then doesn't really make sense.
I've never really heard of anyone moving over there and not getting paid loads of money and then living a virtually cost-free lifestyle.
Yeah.
And being fucking loaded. Everyone who I've ever heard has moved out there has been like, I'm so rich. There's no tax or whatever it is. So I had no idea what your company will be like, but I'd be somewhat optimistic.
Let's hope. I mean, a friend of mine, but he's Serbian, so obviously we get paid more than Serbians do. But he moved to Dubai in January, and he said his salary they multiplied it by 2.5.
Nice.
Which it's it's a good amount of money.
Yes.
I'd like a 2.5 times salary increase.
Yeah, that would be.
Yes, please.
Even a 1.5 is a lot.
Yeah, we have an office in Singapore. I think it's the same sort of thing. People just go there for like 6 months, and they just wreck themselves, and then they come back again.
It does sound pretty fun if you don't have like, something holding you down.
Yes. Are you gonna say someone?
Something. You know.
Anyway.
Hey, thanks to one final tidbit. I'm looking forward to hopefully we're supposed to getting some kind of pay rises this month. Thank you, Eurogamer.
Oh, nice.
We don't know what they look like yet, so we'll see if I'm in a celebratory mood in the next couple of weeks or not.
What's Eurogamer have to do with it, though?
Eurogamer ran the expose into Team 17's poor pay and work practices and all that nonsense, which I say is nonsense. It's all actually seems to be quite accurate.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, thanks, guys.
Why did they never do that for GMG?
Oh my god, can you imagine? If the press actually got their hands on the insight to GMG? It would be amazing.
Well, at least we would have been paid as we should have.
Yeah, but they'd be like, what do you expect?
It's a startup, man.
Yeah.
It's
not a startup. Not been a startup for like 10 years.
Jesus.
Anyway, Molasses...
So what the bloody hell's going on?
Yeah, Dark Elf, Light Elf. You wanna do a recap?
Who's the Dark Elf and who's the Light Elf?
Oh well. That's the thing.
I'm the good guy, right?
You're literally a Dark
Elf.
Elf.
Last I heard was the happy tooting and chit chat of Sloppity Bilepiper.
Oh, we got rid of that.
Yeah.
That wasted space pretty quick.
And it seemed like there was about to be some fun times.
No, that was pretty. We dealt with that pretty.
You did get a bit heated about it, though, Mike, if you remember.
Did I?
About something in particular. I don't remember what it was.
With Sloppity?
Uh-huh.
Wasn't it you not wanting to take 27 points of damage from exploding nuggets?
Oh, yeah, well, sorry. First of all, Alex's very first move was, I'll just drop a little magic nuke in there. Oh, even then, Molasses, that's fine.
Yeah.
And his reasoning was Milo would do it. That was his main reason.
Zuriel would do it, but...
I mean, Zuriel would drop a magic nuke on some demons, so he's probably got that right. But
True.
What occurred?
Yeah, well, I was in there for a bit of classic backstab, and then we realised after popping a few Nurglings that they do 1 damage for each Nurgling gets killed. And I think he wiped out 22 in one go, even though they were mobs, and it would have been 22 damage just splat. So we did a little retcon and moved me just out of the zone because
Mikey was not having it.
I was concerned with this concept of the Nurglings blowing up and just nuking the entire zone, not like in close combat touching range. It just nuked. If a Zergling dies, the whole zone takes damage.
It sounds glorious.
Yes, well, we realised that was a rule we now know, basically. Nurglings, whole zone, damage.
Yeah.
Olly, can you pick? Let's say... Okay,
maybe
go
step by
ahead.
step of what occurred. would be
We get somebody Billy Piper, we defeat him and move to the Stormvault. We got to the Stormvault, and then we found a leftover camp of the what they called the Order of Serpentis, who very clearly identifies they had already made it to the Stormvault before us. We found that they're dragons tied up outside and their stocks and stuff, so we were pretty clear that they were in. So he went back to the front of the temple and decided to... Well, first of all, we investigated the top. You can see at the top of the temple, we identified this twirling whirligig mechanism type thing. Mm-hmm. No further information on that yet. And then everyone got impatient and went through the front door. And that's when the party split happened, because there was just an inescapably perfect little hatch, as you can see on the top. So I couldn't quite resist going down it.
Yes, stunned I am to find that if the party was split. I think I would know who it might be.
The second. Hey, I asked the party and they said do it. So So they went through the front door and you guys fought there's some statues that they had a question to try and pass, and they didn't, and they had to fight them, and they were quite beefy, weren't they?
Yeah, well, there was just 3 statues.
We fought one.
You can see these little thrones here. There's one of Sigmar,
yes.
one of Grungi, and one of Gorka Morka. And
Gorka Morka.
What is that name?
It's orc gods.
Oh yes, but
2-headed orc.
Come on,
Gorka Mork.
There were statues to multiple different deities in the Stormvault.
Yes,
that's interesting.
And there was a puzzle element. If they'd known the names, it sounds like they could have probably just passed.
Yeah, if you knew their full names.
But they all failed their Arcana checks, or whatever, and so had a little fight.
Yeah,
came off relatively fine.
The funny thing about that fight was Zuriel did the lightning punch. Thing 3 times in a row, but it misfired twice. So the Sigmarite energy healed it.
Terrific!
So we that was quite funny. But
you kept
going for it and eventually brought it down.
Falcon Punch delivers eventually.
Yeah, they split into 2 if I recall.
Yes.
And then I went through the top hatch, snuck down and encountered the person we met at the hospital, who had that little kind of attempt to out-guile and convince her separately, but it turns out she wasn't convinced, so she's here, and she was with some of the Order of Serpentis, ransacking the room, which you can see top left near the Crucible words. Yep. I confronted them, tried to blag them that we've already secured the relic, and we have their team all tied up, and they might as well just give up, and kind of half convinced them we had the advantage, but they didn't quite believe we'd found the relic, and they proposed that we join forces. But the woman, did we get a name? We did get a name, didn't we?
Juliana.
Sure.
It's her real name.
That's Juliana. Yes, Juliana did say that she is working for the
Blackscale Coil.
Blackscale Coil. So kind of left a bit of a cliffhanger in that she wants to work. I'm kind of sitting in a room pretty outnumbered, so fighting is not really an option. But yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, and then at the end.
Oh yes.
At the in the main hall, the Pantheon Hall, you see this room behind the statues, whereas the front door is like a cage of lightning, like these lightning cage bars, and then inside this room you see all these treasures, and inside is Drayden Stormcloud, and then another another elven corsair trapped inside. And Drayden is
Drayden did technically beat Molasses there.
Yeah, and looks very alarmed to see you have arrived.
I still think he can screw this over.
I mean, yeah, he's clearly working with the Blackscale Coil.
Was that what he determined? But he's captured. I couldn't quite figure that one out. Was he? He's captured, right?
I mean, you can find out right now. Well, no, you can't, but the other people can. But I think, we left it with you and Juliana. You were going to work together, and she doesn't believe you have the Crucible yet. Because she was like, I would know if the Stormvault had given up the thing it's guarding. But she did believe you that you'd captured her.
Yeah, we had the upper hand.
Her comrades in the main.
That's not a ruse that can last for long, unfortunately.
Yeah, you got a truce now.
Just about.
Truces. So we can either go to Molasses. You can go down one floor, or we can go to the main party.
Yeah, let the main squad do a bit because Milo's out for weeks.
Right.
So I get stuck in.
To follow on from you, Carrich, because I still only very partially am following what's actually going on.
Right. Well, in that case, I mean, as soon as Carrich sees Drayden, especially since they're like, there's lightning cages and everything, he'll try to. He'll think that he saw Drayden after he got lost, so he'll try to get him out.
Okay. How do you do that?
How do you think? By trying to smash it open.
The bars of lightning?
Yep.
Okay.
Odd.
I mean,
I think as you raise your hammer, I think Drayden says, "No, wait! Don't touch the bars. They are very deadly and ancient technology. You'll hurt yourself, and that's all you'll achieve."
So, do I see any other point of entry except for these bars?
No, you can see on the map it's just this entranceway.
And in that case, Carrich goes back to the only one who he knows can control lightning in a way, and asks for assistance.
Zuriel is adept at sensing the flow of magic through his witch sight. Can Zuriel identify anything about sort of how this magic barrier is being sort of created or powered or anything like that?
So this feels like what you would have felt fighting those statues. That this is kind of Sigmar's work. This is his lightning. Maybe you have come across spells similar in Azir, maybe in one of the storm forts. No, what are they called?
Forget. I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah,
but I forgot.
It's whatever. Yeah, like
in one of those.
Yeah. It's like classic Stormcast jail cell.
Well, Zuriel would assess the lightning and the spellcraft and dig deep into his mind and see if he knows a way to manipulate the lightning.
Yeah.
Perhaps with an Arcana check.
Yeah, go for it. I reckon a 4-2.
A 4/2.
A 4/2.
Any bonus because I am a manifestation of Sigmar's holy will?
I mean, I've already set it at 4. I've taken that into account, so.
Yeah, gotta have a go. All right. Shoot. Bugger.
So you don't know how to stop it, but you do surmise that there will be an energy source somewhere, and obviously like control mechanisms. You just have to find them and operate them, basically.
Does with this in mind, does his witch sight, where he can see the flow of magic and where it goes and where it comes from, does it aid him in his identifying of a direction?
Yeah, I can't remember what video game it is where you can see the wiring going through the wall and following it. Is it a Batman game? Maybe.
Yeah.
X-ray vision.
Sounds very right.
But it leads to these 2 rooms on either side. So one is like a power generator room, and the other one is like a control room.
I sense the flow of Sigmar's holy lightning. It comes from this way. Perhaps we can deactivate the lightning cage from where the power from the power source.
Right. So as soon as Carrich hears lightning source and everything, he'll try to push the Sigmar statue, see if he can stop it.
How do you mean?
Sigmar statue?
Yeah.
Push it.
Okay.
Topple it. Something.
Okay.
Take your hands off this image of the God King.
Anything?
No, it's very hard to shift. It's like it weighs way more than it should. It simply turns its head to look down at you.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Off to the generating room then.
Which one?
Zuriel.
On the left. So yeah, so you go into this room. It seems to be almost like a sort of a steam engine, powered by these terminals, and inside you find 5 Order Serpentis knights, and a bunch of supplies that they're watching over. And at the controls, you see a Dawadi who is pulling levers and checking things and making notes in a notebook. And they shake their head as they're trying to work various things and it's not working.
Interesting. Greetings, Duardin. I see you are attempting to establish the workings of the generator. How goes your investigations?
He flings around with his dwarven pistol. It's like, who are you?
My name is Zuriel Stormwake. Who are you?
And he says, the name's Kravich. What are you doing here? What's your purpose?
My purpose, and that is to say, the God King's purpose, is to establish the location and safety of the items held within this mighty Stormvault. Will that be putting it as odds?
And he goes, I know who you are. You're that Stormcast from Ambleguard, the one we've been trying to beat here to the Stormvault. I'd ask you to stay back, otherwise me and the the knights here will have to force you out.
Well, you'd be welcome to try, my friend. You'd be more than welcome. Now, with these pleasantries out of the way, how goes your progress in establishing the workings of this power source?
I think that the Knights Serpentis lower their like pikes or spears, whatever, and they start to advance on you. And then Carrich is like, "Oh, wait a moment. Is your Stormcast? So does that mean that you have a natural understanding of this kind of place? Does it make sense to you?"
I believe that the energy field, which sounds a bit sci-fi, is gaining its power from this chamber. I see the flow of the magic, and yes, I do have an affinity with the power of lightning. Do you believe there's something that I could assist with?
And he says, "Perhaps." It's tricky because I know that there has been a truce made, but no one else knows it.
Do the Serpentis people down here know it? Is they got any communication or
no vox beads?
No vox.
Am I to understand that there's two people in the there's someone with Drayden, right, in there?
Yes.
Am I to understand that that is one of your companions locked behind the bars of lightning?
Yes, that is partially the reason why we are trying to work this machine. But it is also because we are trying to get deeper into the Stormvaults, and I believe we need this to redirect this energy in a certain way.
Well, then I would say that perhaps, at least for the moment, our purposes are aligned.
Very well. Perhaps you and your Stormcast partner can aid me. We can come to some sort of deal. But I will need to wait for my leader to make the final decision on any truces.
In that case, am I to understand that you are of no authority in this party? You have no ability to make decisions, only that of your leader. Perhaps you are no use to us after all.
I can make the decision to make sure that these lads don't spear you in the face. That's the power I have.
Zuriel just laughs. He just laughs at them, and his eyes crackle with lightning a little bit, and he says, I really wouldn't recommend giving that a go. Now, I'm going to ask you just one last time. Are you going to work with us, or are we going to have to pick pieces off the floor of you?
Roll me intimidation.
Sweet, I have really none of that.
Well, at least it's right.
Oh wait, I've got an idea here. It's cool.
Do you have a spell called Celestial Intimidation?
I don't, but... Wait, do I get anything? I do get 2 successes from 2 dice.
Nice.
Is he suitably intimidated?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was going to set the DM at 3 anyway, because he also has vested interest in a fight not breaking out. So, yeah, I think he says, right, stand down, lads. If these tin men can aid us in doing this, then we can always finish them off later. And the knights stand easy.
And Orixion, I always like when there's a diplomatic solution to any problem.
Yeah. Then he can use his talent.
That was my next move. Just calm it down, guys.
Yeah. Zuriel starts a fight, then Orixion fixes it. Right. So
I'm surprised Molasses didn't start a fight.
Not in the room, to be fair.
I thought you joined.
I think we were quite close to a fight.
Oh no. Still
As a side note, who caused Zuriel to sustain a serious wound? Which one of you fuckers should I hold responsible?
Well, I'll be Alex, but I'm trying to think what.
I don't remember how that happened actually.
You were getting smashed by the statue.
Oh yes, that was a
Oh
bitch
yes.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I did keep saying Celestial Shield? No? Whatever it's called.
Yep, it's really good.
Yeah. And also these guys were immune to stuns as well.
Yeah, that reminds me, I have 3
That is
Bonnh.
just what an enemy of our party needs.
Yeah. Because they have no souls, so they will automatically pass soul tests. Anyway. So you and any of the party can do an Arcana or crafting test once per hour. So it's an extended test.
What's the DN?
6 DN. You need 10, but Carrich has already accumulated 4. So the 3 of
We
you
need
can
10 6s?
But he will have another go as well.
I mean, sure, I'll have a go, but I only have 2 dice, so.
How many tests do we have between us to make?
Well, it's 1 per hour, so we'll do 1 test and then we'll go to Molasses.
Right, I'm with you.
And he probably joined you by then.
What's the DM?
6.
Oh.
There you go.
Why 6? 6 is bad. Good, strong start. I guess Rixian can see if he can negotiate some Arcana. God, Rixie. Go on, Rixie. Doesn't know anything about magic, but apparently can help.
Nice.
A bit. Does not help that much, though.
And that's 1 hour. You did great.
Carrich gets 2, so that's another 3. So you're up to 6 out of 10. No, 7 out of 10. Alright.
An hour well spent, I should think.
Fiddling with knobs and things. Right, Molasses.
We go down 1 floor.
Alright. So. Back up to the top. So this floor has, as you can see, sort of 4 rooms with living quarters. Okay. It feels almost like a barracks. Sort of with a military aesthetic. There is an ornate altar to Sigmar that still stands. And it is decorated with a carving of Sigmar defeating a giant twin-headed lizard.
Friend of yours. I asked the serpents.
And then there's a huge standard, like a big flag, which has on the flag it depicts a scene of Sigmar defeating a giant twin-headed lizard. And underneath, the lettering underneath identifies it as Kaminos, this creature.
Okay.
And a pair of raging volcanoes erupt in the background. The banner is as tall as an elf and wide as a duardin, mounted on a sturdy staff nearly 10 feet tall and topped with a golden lance point. Beneath the still sharp head are a pair of golden lightning bolts and an ornamental shield emblazoned with the hammer of Sigmar.
That's all on the flag.
Mm.
Okay, very exciting. Upon entering this, do we have the sense there's lots more people on this floor? Does it feel deserted?
It's deserted.
Deserted. And in terms of like the relationship I've observed in the scant few minutes I've had with this body, like how gelled do these people seem? Like I'm trying to figure out like the connection between them. Like is she hiring them? Are they just working together as well out of necessity? Are they baddies, or are they just kind of using her? I'm trying to think what I could glean about their situation. I might even ask some prodding questions like, Daryl, how long have you all been working together? Or something more sly. But something along the lines of, I have to say it surprised me to see you all clubbed together. I thought you were more of a lone wolf, Juliana, and I thought you kept better company, you Serpentis types. What's brought you all together?
Roll me an intuition.
Mm-hmm. Not my greatest skill.
That's
okay.
That's the party catchphrase, I think.
Yeah, no one ever seems to be in the right
any.
position at the right place. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, sorry. I think. Alright. Into it. It is mind at least. That's one of my better ones. DN is
4. I say a 4-2.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you get the impression that the relationship is the Order Serpentis are very much, out for hire with this. They look to Juliana for direction, but clearly not in a friendly way. It's very much like bodyguard,
business,
mercenary. Yeah, they're there to fight for her and protect her, but that's about it.
Alright, so we don't attack her, but it's fine. Yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of all
yes.
you can. You can take the standard, the Sigmar standard, if you wish.
I mean, it's Occam's standard, isn't it? I mean, not Occam's. Chekhov's standard. Not
Chekhov's
standard. It's the only thing in the room. I don't. The gamer in me wants, of course, to pick it up and put it in my backpack to use later, but Molasses is not very interested in such artifacts of nonsense, and is more curious about. She's more curious about sowing division between the group she's with.
Yeah,
she's aware her bluff is going to be up pretty soon, and not sure what the team are doing downstairs. So,
but I think Juliana does after you make your accord. I think she does invite you to look at the things that she's accumulated on the top floor and seeing if you want if you kind of make any sense of them or find them.
Oh, you've got loot. Oh, look at that, please. Yes, very fantastic, Juliana. Show me what you've got. I'm sure it's all rubbish.
It's a hand favour.
I'll tell you if it's worth anything. I've got a good eye for this. What do you got there? Show me your goods.
Right. So you can do one test to look through them: crafting, theology, or arcana.
Oh Lord!
They're all mined, so
they're all mined. So either one. I'll go crafting. Maybe my time as a quartermaster will have rubbed off of me.
You did so much quartermastering.
Of all things,
I mastered that quarter, right? What did you give me?
It's a 5-2.
5?
5.5.
You swine.
Nice.
Unbeatable tonight.
Nice. So you've identified some useful plans for the generator downstairs, which counts as a success towards getting it.
But I have no idea what it is yet. Oh yes, one thing that I don't know what relevance is. Milo, last week someone mentioned something about they mentioned about trying to get a lift working. I guess now you're talking about generators. I guess that's the thing downstairs. But I'm obviously still very curious about this thing on top of the building, which was like I kind of in my head I kind of see the thing on top that activated, but there's still, I guess maybe the generator is the be all and end all of all the things.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about the thing on the top was that you literally couldn't see it until you got close to it. That whole top part of the Stormvault was invisible.
Yeah, it's weird. Had to be right up close. I tried to get Orixion to follow me, but he's too busy busting down doors.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't. This to me means nothing.
Maybe it's like just a big like generator, and then there's like a on switch kind of symbol.
Well, this makes perfect sense to me. Maybe I'll explain it to you one day. If you earn my trust and my say affections, but fine affections, that's fine. You can earn my affections, Juliana. Anything else?
Maybe you've tied it because she did mention the elevator, so maybe you've tied it to like, oh well, this looks like a generator.
So she doesn't seem to understand what she seems perplexed by what it even means.
I think she's trying to find stuff that's useful, but hasn't yet. Yeah.
Tell me, Juliana, we've been making our way here for many a moon now. Maybe just one moon, but anyway, moons. You seem to have beat us here. These Blackscale Coil. You're not really in bed. Spineless fiends, aren't you? You're just doing this for the glory. Is that the case?
I think she says. Well, you. Let me ask you this: You're doing this on behalf of the Conclave of Anvilgard. Do you think that is the right thing to do? Do you think that will help Anvilgard in the long run?
Do you think I'm doing anything for anybody else? Our time together has been misspent. I'm purely here on a reconnaissance mission to retrieve this device or this artifact and put an end to its nonsense. I care not much for Anvilgard or any of your politics. I care not only for the blood that is spilled on the battlefield. And perhaps if you anger me enough with some of that blood, maybe yours, Juliana. You too, you serpentine fiends.
I think she just blinks and says, well, I'm trying to recover the relics so that we can aid the people of Anvilgard, which I don't believe the Conclave is doing. I know you don't care for politics, but you are working for the Conclave, and perhaps one day you will realise that the Coil has the people's interests at heart more than the Conclave does. But during our truce, maybe we should stop there before the blood spills, as you say.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, your blood would be delicious, but I'm sure we'll leave it inside of your faint, delicate skin for now. There's some delectable artwork on this fine banner here. I admit I know nothing of this, but not to burst on people look. But is this serpent god, new Serpentis crowd? Does this ring any bells to you? This demon being fought by Sigmar?
She looks at it. What's her history like? Got my notes on my phone today.
Good place for him.
No. So she says, I'm no follower of Sigmar, but isn't the legend that he defeated a giant magma droth in the ancient days? Or was that one of the Duardin gods? I can't remember. Maybe we should ask Carrich when we descend.
Carrich? He sounds like a funny person. The only thing of interest was that kind of generator manual.
Mm.
Did it? Did she pocket it? Where did it go back on her person?
I mean, you can. It's still like on a table, so you can take it if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it. Not too aggressively, but just pocket it. Seems
Into
useful.
the inventory.
Into the inventory, that's fine. What's my next play? Because we're going to descend again. Don't know what's going to be down there.
So this is I guess you would know this because you've literally climbed the outside, but you can see the 1, 2, 3 stories, and you're on the first story, so you know the next one down will be where your friends are. So
yes, I'm thinking I'll get the upper hand on them though, because I think what I do, because I think knowing Zuriel and Orixion, they don't want to work with her particularly well, so I do to get. Has her demeanour been pretty relaxed over a truce, but she's been kind of like, keeping a front facing me, hand on her hilt? Has she been pretty chill, or has she been just kind of?
I think like most experienced people in the criminal world, she's
quite cautious.
She's quite used to what sort of sort of these loose terms of alliance.
Suppose. Let me check some of my notes very quickly. Because I suppose, given my illusion spell, there's nothing to stop me creating an illusion of myself. Which is crazy, but I like it. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's that. I mean, yeah. I give a cursory look around the rest of the area. Does it look ransacked? I assume they look like they've moved up through this room and up. So this place looks pretty. This floor looks pretty already taken apart.
The sort of barracks looks like it's been searched, yeah, but there really wasn't much to get.
Cool. The stairs. Okay. Well, I say to them, look, I'm feeling going downstairs, the next set of stairs, we're going to probably meet the rest of the party, and they, of course, have apprehended the rest of your crew. So you're in a precarious position, and they're furious with the Blackscale Coil. If they're to see you, I think they would instantly beset upon you, and before I could even tell them about the truce. So what I would advise, give me 10 measurements of time, I don't know, seconds, 10 nano celestial beats. Do we have seconds in this world? I don't know. Yeah, whatever's like a.
I think so. Yeah.
Amount of time.
12 Sigmar moments.
12 Sigmars. Yes, I will descend the stairs. You stay right here, looking all pretty like you do, and I'll yell up once I've talked to them. I'll check. I'll let you know, because I wouldn't want you to be struck by a bolt of lightning or a hammer to the face, or have Carrich trip over on you and fall into you like he tends to do. He's a bumbling fool. When you hear me yell, you can come down, but if you come down sooner, you're surely to be besought upon, and your fellow mates executed. Agreed?
She's just like, fine, agreed. 12. I shall. If you're not returned in 12 Sigmins, I shall follow.
Lovely. I scamper down the stairs. What do I see very quickly?
So you come down these stairs. You can see here at the sort of the back.
Sure.
So you come and you come down the stairs. You can come around. So you can come back around to where the rest of the party is in the generator room, or you can come down the other side. Okay.
Well, what I'm going to do is I am going to. It's really hard. I can't. There's still no. We should have figured out this communication thing a lot earlier between all of us. Really. I'm going to cast. Were they all on the generator room? Are they all looking all?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast an illusion where they are of 4 to 5 Order of Serpentis tied up and bound at the feet. This might confuse Carrich dramatically. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping they just kind of, just go with it. Maybe they see me for a second. I just give them just a little, just wing it,
Yeah.
And I illusion. Yeah, let me go roll to cast illusion, which should be easy.
So you're casting it where?
like where in the room with them, so kind of scatter around the room as well, where they're all standing as just orders of Spentus tied up and bound at their feet, and that sword point.
But there's the other 5 real ones.
Oh fuck!
I was about to say.
Yes, it's a very good point.
You could.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do this instead.
I mean, there is another room you can go to if you want to do this.
No, but there's no point of it. We just, you're right, it's ruined. The back there is fine. Give me one moment. I instead cast an illusion of a wall at the bottom of the stairs. Trying to buy myself some time. Because as soon as they find out that we're working with them, they're going to stuff all work together. I guess, to be honest, I just shouldn't antagonise the situation. That's an unfortunate truth of the matter.
I like the idea of you just clicking through illusions as you come up with different plans.
Yeah, come on. No. Oh, fuck it. No, okay, what I do instead, I cast an illusion of myself with them, and I just slink into the shadows and ready for primed, just ready.
Okay.
And I yell up, "All's clear." I'm just trying to get the upper hand.
Okay, she comes down the stairs.
Sure. So I'm kind of think I'm like in like dark corner up here, like stuck in a room.
Fine.
But she will see me like standing among the rest of them when she comes in. So
okay. Yes.
That's all I've got.
So she goes into the generator room. And says, good, Kravich, you're already working with our new allies. Very good. How's the progress on the generator? Have we freed our friends yet? It's like, no, but we should be. Should be another hour, and then we'll crack it. I swear it.
Zuriel's like, what do you say, our friends? Are you familiar with both of the incarcerated individuals?
And she says, that's right. I believe one of them is a mutual friend.
How delightfully cryptic.
I know. I mean, Drayden Stormcloud. He travelled with you, did he not?
Yes, he certainly did, and he went off scouting and never came back. Seems a touch curious that we find him here in the vault as a mutual acquaintance.
Oh yes, well we paid him to leave you in the jungle and then come and join us, but we're allies now, so it's all behind us.
Delightful. Yes, you're right. We are allies for now. Have you seen a certain elf around with a bit of a sort of murderous twinge about her?
She's standing right next to you. There's an illusion of me right next to you. And it's like.
Sorry. You've sent an illusion of yourself down.
Yes,
okay.
It's like an idle NPC. It's just kind of like popping and like.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't quite following what your illusions were doing.
Yes, no, I made a few. No, I settled on just trying to I'm concealing myself, but not giving her the suspicion that I'm not there. So.
It's just like inspecting a wall at this point.
Yeah, just nods. I think technically I could make it. I could puppet it. I think and make it speak if needed, based on things. But probably got too animated.
I'd probably read that first.
Well, I mean, it's quite vague. The whole thing is so vague because it's like you can create an object or an environmental effect. It can be up to a zone in size, much smaller. It can be static or moves in a predetermined manner. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of like can.
Okay. Yeah.
But it appears real, including sounds and smell. So it's like
that is quite powerful.
Yeah, but it's really vague as well. So it appears real, including sounds. So
amusingly, if we were to talk about in D&D terms, this would be like an 8th level spell.
Yeah.
Well, crazy.
most powerful magic imaginable to an illusion wizard. But it's pretty cool.
Oh, actually, it's quite important I roll for it. It only lasts a minute. Actually, you've got to roll for that.
Oh, good.
It'll fade.
Only lasts a minute.
Yeah, unless I wait. I'm going to overcast it, and I'm sure it will last for more than a minute. Right, let me search. Yeah, channeling. So let's do that.
It's only because in D&D, like when you get illusion at like first level, you're like, oh great, I can do illusion. You're like, well, it can't be more than like this big, and it can only be there for like a second.
So
yeah,
I can make a candle. Great.
Yeah.
That's so great. And then
Yeah.
you read a post on like D&D Wankfest being like, oh my god, it's an amazing thing. I managed to defeat a dragon with an imaginary candle. Wow, it's so amazing.
That sounds good. I'm going to do that. I overcast it, so it actually lasts for 3 minutes. So that's
Great.
quite a lot of time.
Okay.
So it's like already halfway through with this
What?
conversation.
Not 3 words.
Well, I mean, now they've pointed you out. They've like, oh no, because Zuriel was asking.
He
knows.
he didn't say that because he can see Molasses, although he is wondering, Molasses,
Very quiet.
you're curiously quiet. Are you a little more verbose than this? And then I guess Molasses just doesn't respond. Right.
So what
Very
happens between now and the spell running out?
All right.
Because presumably Carrich and the rest of the party would get to work again on the generator, and Juliana would go and check on Drayden and this other of her
Well,
party.
if Juliana's left in the spell, it's really trying to trick her. Really, that's the end game. She's the ringleader. I'm trying to wait my moment to strike and take her out. So that's fine. If she leaves, the spell can end. It's fine.
But you have a truce.
Truce. The fuck is a truce? Daughter of Cain, yeah.
Molasses,
famous for their
no
truces.
That's true, actually. I mean, after this whole campaign ends, the Daughters of Cain literally take over Anvilgard, so...
There you go. Sweet, I can't wait.
Yeah. And they're like, when Sigmar's like, what happened? They're like, what? What? Nothing. What are you talking about? Cool. Alright. So yeah, do you guys want to roll again for Arcana or Craft?
Yeah, and fantastically, since Molasses has only sent an illusion down, we don't have these plans for the generator, right?
Well, if... what are the others? Oh, they're all still there, aren't they?
I presume you walk in and share your knowledge.
Yeah, again, it's Juliana I'm trying to see. So if she's off back in the main room, I kind of do enough of a slinky switchy, so whoever these people aren't too like surprised to see. I think I disappear all the time, so fuck it. The illusion disappears. I appear out of the shadows. I'm all like, this looks familiar. Zuriel, have a look at this.
The Molasses that I'm used to seeing you. Bitch, you lost your tongue for a moment there.
Been here the whole time. I found this weird bit of paper. It's got scratchings and scrawlings. It's got a kind of intelligent mind nonsense that you're so famous for. Have a look at this. It might help you in your tinkering. Give him
Cool.
Give him the thingamabob.
So you're up to 8 successes now, so you just need...
I slink back into the shadows.
Big dog, coming in.
I mean, mine's a 0, so I'm helpful.
But you're trying, and that's what counts. I'm going to do a 0 now as well, so... Oh, a 1. Yeah, we'll take a 1.
It's a 1-er.
One more.
Can Orixion finish it off? He can.
Nice.
Last hitting as ever.
The chaps flick the switches of power. So Kravich is like, wait, nobody move. I think we've done it. And you can hear throughout the Stormvault like the power like a crackling and it goes doo. And maybe Zero, you can see with your Batman, what's it called? Arkham Knight vision. Electricity now going out of that room and towards this back bit here where this lift is.
Gotta say, those talent points feel very well spent right about now, since I can see the circuitry.
Nice.
Yes, what do you do?
the question, really, isn't it?
From my side, I definitely it's the main the prison where Juliana went and where Drayden is. Is it in the main? It's in the main area, was it in the or was it the back?
Yes, yeah. This is where Drayden's trapped. Well, not anymore, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm still very curious on what she's up to, and I haven't seen Drayden yet, so I'm probably not in the room until I would have followed her out and again, in the shadows, still trying to stay in any corners or dark corners. Keep an eye on her. So I'm thinking of like in some kind of back corner here, keeping an eye on what they're up to.
Cool. So you
pretty
see
shocked to see.
You see the cage. Actually, not shut off. She's very confused. And then you can see Drayden is saying something to her through the bars, but you can't hear. And he sort of gestures to the back of the room. And then you see her glance over to where the party is.
But he's being held by, is it like bars are charged with electric and now they've turned it off, or are they just nothing's changed?
So they thought they were able to turn off these bars, but they're still there.
They're still there.
What you have done is you have started the lift. So
great, but she's still stuck.
And after her conversation, she's making her way back towards the generator room.
Okay. Is there any point where she's back in the generator room and I could slink down to Drayden to have a chat? Has she gone back in?
You can pass.
Cool. Yeah, well, when she's back in the generator room, I whip Nip down and peer in front of the bars.
You whip Nip?
Whip my Nip out of the vase, and I peer and I just hiss at Drayden. You slimy fool, what have you done getting yourself stuck in here? Leaving us for... No, just again trying to get more information. Find out what the fuck's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whose allegiances he's with, really? You left us in the dark jungles and have ended up captured here. What on earth happened? What is Sigmar?
He says you appear to have made it safe and sound. You didn't seem to need my help after all. You were right.
Oh, we never did, never could. But that's besides the point. You're completely useless. That said, you're still part of the party. You're still part of the group, and you left. And now you're kidnapped. I'm just generally confused. Still the fuck. As a human myself, I still don't understand what happened. No one seems perplexed that he just walked into a cage. I don't know who's talking. So yeah.
He says, "I'm not kidnapped. I'm afraid the Blackscale Coil just pays better than you do. Myself and Aris here, we are both working for the Coil, but upon entering this room, we got trapped by this trap."
That seems like the kind of thing you would do. Well, Pish Posh, a good day to you. You useless slime.
Is slime her favourite insult?
I think so. I quite like it.
Is that canon?
I think so. Yeah.
You're
it
slime.
seems not offensive, but also kind of degrading. It seems quite a nice thing to say to people.
It's offensive to slimes.
Well, yes, exactly.
Fine. So Juliana's approaches you, Zuriel, and Orixion, and says, "Pardon me, Stormcasts. Would either of you perhaps be able to speak Sigmarian? I guess I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
Yep, probably that.
Yeah, or Azyrian or something.
Oh yeah,
ancient Azyrian.
I mean, this is definitely a moment for Orixion.
Yes.
Be like, oh, I'm actually fluent in almost all languages, but I'm.
It's like C3PO.
I'm actually quite a renowned writer in Zuriel, having written a great deal of both prose and diplomatic communique.
I have some. Actually, just interrupt me. I have some. Some writing we found. Maybe you'd be interested to come and read it, perhaps. It's just right this way.
Very much. I'd like to take a look, and we'll head off curiously. But Zuriel will follow, thinking.
I also feel like we during this episode, not like this mission, we've seen the dark side of Orixion, like his Excelsior side, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite quite dark. It's cool.
I missed that.
It's when he was like dealing with all the people in the excursion, and he was like trying to execute.
Oh yeah, good point. Oh yes, Molasses like that.
It's like it's all diplomacy, but actually you've broken the law and now you must die.
Yeah.
Righteous justice.
So she leads him to these lightning bars and points out along sort of behind Drayden and Eris, this other elf, like symbols on the walls, which Orixion, I believe, can read.
I'd expect so.
Oh, wait, sorry, it's a 5-2 theology test.
Is it? Well, he might not.
He does have 5-2 theology, though, right? So
he does, but unfortunately, he has a very weak mind. But he can try. A 5-2, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose he can even use a metal to try and make it so.
Oh, is that some training, is it?
He's actually got training, yeah. But not enough training.
Well.
Perhaps if Zuriel's there as well, having followed him, he can see if he can outshine his brother.
Yeah.
With some innate skill.
Let's correct his Latin.
No, they're both like, it seems very familiar.
Yeah, I guess between you, maybe Orixion reads the whole thing, and then like one of the consonants is pronounced wrong, and you're like, "Oh, brother, I believe it's the ancient tongue. It is Sigmar, not Sigmar." And then, yes, he recites this sort of liturgy, this prayer to Sigmar, and then the bars deactivate. Drayden and Eris dash out before they can close again.
Yes, I'm sure none of this will have been a mistake.
Yeah, I don't.
As in, when you say dash out, does it dash out of the building or just dash out of the bars?
Yeah, they just run out of the building and just like, you never see them again. No, they dash out from underneath. I sort of look back to see if the bars activate again, but they don't.
So I mean, by now Carrich is guarding the exit.
Okay.
I mean, we'd like them to leave. To be honest, the fewer Blackscale Coil people in here, the better.
And then Juliana's she's like, well, I should introduce my other companion properly. This is Eris Swiftprow. This is Eris Swiftprow. Some badass corsair.
Pretty fucking cool.
Not that cool.
Not that handsome. Needed saving.
Exactly.
He bows a greeting, and then Juliana says, "And I believe there's one more thing we need to do before descending the elevator, and I can introduce you to my last companion if you'll follow me." And she goes to this room over here.
Why do I feel like we're just like letting them walk around and just get bigger and bigger massive enemies for us to be killed by?
I think it's a great question.
I think we should kill them now rather than later. Well, they have to go because they've got all the guards with them. Yeah.
Don't worry about them.
I mean, the current truce is basically like God, what was it like? There's a movie somehow where it's like maybe I'm thinking of my mind's kind of like.
It's any MacGuffin movie, isn't it? It's all well good until suddenly things start, and then it's...
Yeah, like everyone's now working towards the same goal, but they know that it's not going to last. So it's like unlocking the secrets of the tomb and waiting until the shootout.
Do we?
I think probably everyone in the room knows that.
Yeah.
But from Zuriel's perspective, he's what was I going to say? My mind's gone blank now. It's apparent that they have some substantial working knowledge that is useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
for now.
That's the new power generator. All good. I assume this is the elevator at the back of the room that I would have seen as I came scuttling by it.
Yes.
I don't follow them to that room. I go and check on the elevator.
Okay.
And indicate to the rest of the people to do the same. Like, shall we not just fucketh off and go down the elevator to go and get the thing we need?
We don't really know what...
I mean, we're just following the enemies around and hoping they tell us how to get to the thing we want, and hoping we just get it from them once we find it. Feeling a bit...
Seems to be broadly the plan.
But that's kind of why Carrich's guarding the exit, so that they don't just pull a fast one and rush out.
But if they rush out, that's great. The thing we want is in here.
You don't want to apprehend them? Well, in your case, kill them?
Yeah, but if they want to leave, again, I'd rather they just left, because they're amassed. They've got about 7 Serpentis guards. There's now 3 elite baddies.
Sounds like coward talk to me.
Sounds like sensible survivor talk to me. Well, either way.
So you obviously can't have this conversation.
Yes.
No, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But Molasses breaks away, so at least go and check on the elevator. Check it's running. Check it's fully operational.
Yeah, Zuriel will, out of curiosity and general sort of Stormcast confidence that it's going to be fine, goes to see whoever Juliana wishes to introduce him.
Yeah,
to.
so
Sort of knife in the back.
My friend, knifey knife. So you can see Molasses. You go to the lift, and where it was previously inert, it now has sort of illuminated runes pulsing with light, and it's sort of like a hovering platform.
Are any of those runes shaped like an up arrow and a down arrow?
No.
Is it indecipherable to me?
Yes.
To make it operate? No, as I feared. Can I roll an Arcana test to see if I can interpret it?
Yes.
Okay, dokie. What's the DN?
5. What?
Okay. Oh no! Oh wait, no, I don't like Arcana. Good. Do something else. Can I do crafting?
I mean,
or theology?
I think crafting Arcana, this whole place is kind of in between those two.
Okay.
The generators were crafting an Arcana, so...
I'll take a crafting test then. Thank you very much.
Crafting. A cheeky point in
crafting.
Oh,
fuck off, mate. No, I don't have any points in crafting. I just thought it would work. Fine.
You have no clue.
No clue. I'm not going down there without the team, so... yeah. Oh, wait. Fine. I'll guard the elevator with a ambition that if anyone does come along, I will do what I usually do and cast an illusion to make it look like it's not operational. A veneer of non-operation.
Yes.
Ready for it, as I'm saying. My plan, not yet, it's if someone comes. It'll be just to give us a moment just to catch our breath.
Fine. So in this other room, we see a collection of levers and dials. So the controls are a mixture of the straightforward large levers and the seemingly arcane spinning discs engraved with sigils and faintly glowing crystals. And inside this room you see another Daughter of Cain.
Oh, should have gone there.
And
did you guys not check all the rooms?
no,
we were busy.
I mean, not to you, mine, obviously. There's actually 3 rooms.
I don't know what Carrich was doing for the last 2 hours, just standing by the door.
He's helping, kind of.
Oh, he was helping. Yeah, he was. Quietly, he was helping quietly.
I have push to talk, so I can't just be chatty today.
No, I forgot that you were also assisting in the generator.
So Juliana introduces Thistra Heartseeker, who is sort of concentrating, doing some sort of arcane magic on some of these crystals, making them glow. Along with 2 more Order Serpentis. Juliana says, I'm assuming your party also has some magical capabilities. Perhaps we can also helping with these devices. I believe that they are the key to switching off whatever traps lie below. At least that is what the plans I found say.
Yeah, Zuriel steps forward and says, I have some working knowledge of the channeling of etheric energies. What do you know about this device? What needs to be done?
Nice. So I think, because there's no time pressure, we can just say that eventually, you start working on it, I suppose. Molasses, do you stay by the lift the whole time, or eventually do you, even if hours pass, do you go and find?
Well, yes, I suppose if more than 15 minutes pass and nobody comes, I might
very
sleep.
Patient for an assassin.
Well, okay, call it 25 minutes. I might stealthily, sneakily from the shadows peer around the corner, see what everyone's up to, try and deal with my FOMO. Although, is that a door? Back there, I suppose.
Yep, seems like it.
Yeah.
It's fine. No, I haven't entered yet. Still more willing to try to drop on these people than to be involved in what's happening. Plus, I don't think I'm much use in an Arcana sport.
Okay. So, after a few hours of work, you manage to align the discs, and the crystals start to glow brightly, and a rumbling sound can be heard far beneath the ziggurat. Juliana says, "I can't believe we've actually done it."
So does Carrich see anything from the main room?
No. You feel the rumble underneath. So Juliana's like, should we descend?
I can't really talk to you guys because what would I do?
You're just staring at her like.
I'm just
Well,
thinking.
I need some time to think.
Is it time to kill you now? You don't know what awaits.
No.
Yeah, I think as soon as the rumbling happens, Carrich would go next to the other guys because something has happened, so he needs to find out what the hell's going on. He's used to just staying there at this point. Shall we proceed forward?
Onwards then.
Mikey doesn't seem convinced.
No, Mikey does
I'm
not
just.
look convinced.
There's nothing I can do, so I'm just in support. He's ready and waiting. If nothing happens, as much as you want a bloodbath, there's not much I can do. So if everyone proceeds in a nice, happy group, skipping around the corner, hand in hand towards the elevator.
I was about to ask actually, how many people are actually going towards the elevator, and how many people are staying up here?
What's the weight limit on this elevator?
You couldn't read any of the runes, so you don't even know.
No, damn it! 56
think-
kilograms.
I think Juliana orders the Knight's Apprentice to stand guard outside of the lift, and then her and her party, including Drayden, all sort of step onto the lift.
Alright, then yeah, definitely Carrick's following.
Yep, Molasses as well.
Yep.
Chaps, right.
The chaps go.
So you step onto the lift, and it starts to hover downwards.
And which button was it that was down, just for Molasses' education?
Nobody pushes a button.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Should have just winged it then, I guess.
So, yes. Travelers on the platform are unaffected by the force and velocity of the sudden movement, and experience only a flutter in their stomachs, but it seems to drop through the earth.
Oh, awesome.
So do you feel like this is going down a lot, or is it,
Feels like it, yeah. But you also can't really tell because you're not affected by it. It's like you're dropping, but you don't actually feel like you're dropping. It finally comes to a stop, and you come out into a chamber. And any of you who have spellcasting talents or blessed will realise as soon as you step into this chamber, no magic of any kind can operate within.
Oh no.
That's terrific.
Talents
just
aren't magic, right?
Zuriel's entire character.
Talents aren't magic, so that's fine.
And inside the room is a band of 4 hammer-wielding warriors of Sigmar, clad in golden armour.
Interesting challenge.
The first person to pass into the room, they form a salute, and they stand in a line, blocking the room.
Wait,
They're
what are you,
saluting,
Sigmar?
So these are real, in the flesh, live Stormcast Eternal standing guard.
They're not Stormcast Eternals as you know them.
How many Stormcast are there?
4.
No, I mean, like, how many types are there?
Well, I imagine Zuriel and Orixion would know that, perhaps in the Age of Myth, before the Stormcasts were actually created, they were only created at the beginning of the Age of, the end of the, what was it? The Age of Chaos? Sigmar came back with the Stormcast.
Yeah.
So during the Age of Myth, when the mortal realms were created, Sigmar would have had warriors, but they were not Stormcast. So
Right.
they were like first generation Sigmar warriors. They probably look a bit more old fashioned.
I'm getting a lot of
okay,
Thunder
makes
Warrior
sense.
vibes.
Then,
Yeah.
right, okay, this makes sense. So they're ancient, basically, and they've been put here to defend everything. But why would they salute and move aside?
They didn't move aside. They formed a line, a defensive
Oh.
line. Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Right, I thought they moved aside, sorry. Whoops.
Well, Zuriel and Orixion, I imagine both would see this as their opportunity to step forward and sort of attempt to address the Guardians, and would be like, Hail, guardians of the Stormvault. We come in the name of Sigmar. Will you allow Sigmar's chosen safe passage?
One of them says, you must pass the trial of arms to proceed.
And there's no sort of mates rates of special friendly dealings from the boys' club to skip the arms, is there, even for your mates? Is what he probably doesn't say, but something to that effect.
And they say, prove yourself strong enough to wield the artifact. You must pass the trial of arms.
Do we all hear this?
Yeah.
So, is it possible for a character to volunteer for this?
I mean, doesn't seem to be any call for one person to do it.
Then Carrich steps forward, brandishing like his hammer, ready to take this test of arms.
Okay.
I mean, there's like 10 of us down here now.
So I think one of them looks at you and looks at Carrich and says, "Let the trial of arms begin." And then they all take out swords, no, warhammers. They've got warhammers, and they all just like raise them to like start swinging at you. And so combat begins.
In my head, it was, I don't know, my brain so it's like, and they pull out, it was like some conkers on strings, some pogs, some Pokemon cards. I don't know why my head was always really ridiculous. They're going to just go,
I'd love to live in your brain.
Beyblades.
Did all of that go through your head just when he said that?
So quickly, yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Not even playing a character.
Yeah.
All those illusions, you just... I
conjure
conkers.
They're baguettes.
I conjure a mini pool table.
Yeah, one of those little crap on the desk. Oh my god.
Right, so first initiative, please.
Oh my goodness. So we're fighting these fuckers.
I guess we are.
But
well,
Zuriel and Orixion are happy about this because they're like.
I don't really know, to be honest.
It's a trial. It's not necessarily to kill them.
I think presented as a trial. He's, I mean, Zuriel's always up for a trial, but there's certainly a bit of a. There's a lot of things going on right now. Like, he's like, I didn't actually come here to take the relic. I came here to kind of secure it. But yeah, sure, let's go through one of Sigmar's trials.
Because we are also helping the people who want to steal it.
It's a lot going on.
So, but why? Because in my head, obviously, we think of people hanging around the ground. These were like automatons or whatever. These are just four dudes who are just hanging out down here. Are they more like creations? Are they real? Are they just people?
Well, maybe you'll learn once you start fighting them. But to you, they appear real. I'll say that.
The way I imagine them is they're like robots without being robots. Like they're very robotic in the way that they move and speak and everything. But they're obviously like, this is fantasy, so it's not robots. It's like statues or ancient beings or guards or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Eris, Swiftprow, and Drayden also step in to fight. And they've got initiative 7 and 6, respectively.
I'm surprised they joined us.
7?
Yeah.
Kind of glad we didn't slaughter them upstairs now.
I mean,
imagine if someone had been ready for that the whole time.
This is this is so far kind of going as planned, kind of.
So you play that Juliana doesn't join the fight.
Apparently neither does Molasses.
Not really a fighter.
Pile of arms, Molasses. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of why I was interested, because like, again, these things are just kind of odd, like illusion-y things. There's not much.
I'm going to start doing the attacks now.
Okay. Molasses in the fray because hey, it sounds fun.
Right, so They're great against good, so that is 3s. So we've got a focus point. So that is 7 out of 7.
Now do it.
Question quickly: are we right in front of them, or are we directly engaged, or do we have to go forward? Do they have to come forward? Are we in the same zone? The usual questions.
Yeah, same zone. You already stepped forward, so you're pretty much right in front of them.
Thank you.
Ares takes out their 2 cutlasses and starts. How about you?
Nice.
And does 8 damage, which so it's down to 6. So 4. Okay. Takes the first one, and then Drayden takes out his longbow and has a pot shot at the same one, which is 5d6. Oh, and actually he's got metal, so he's probably gonna. How do you see what their training is? Oh, ballistic skill. Oh, okay, so he gets an extra 2. So he's 76.
Oof.
I love how you're asking us when none of us have read the source material.
You guys know how characters work. And he has a focus, so that puts up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 7 damage. Which goes down to 5. So these guys actually have wounds.
Ooh. You mean the guards?
Yeah.
How many of them?
There's 4 of them. So the first one that they've started attacking, you see has already taken a wound.
Do you mean for combat stance or from Drayden?
Both from Drayden and Ares' attacks. They both focused down on one of them.
Nice.
In a sort of an elven grace, and they managed to get them down.
Oh,
does he look hurt, or does he look hurt?
He looks like what happens when you guys run out of toughness and take wounds. And actually, Ares has a metal, so I will make them go on a cutlass whirlwind again. Not as good that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes away 2. So that is another wound. All right, and then initiative 5 is you, Zuriel.
Yeah. Zuriel will charge in to the same target. And attack. Yes, that's right. He will attack with his Incantor's staff.
Nice.
He will use some of that sweet metal to do an extra bop. So the DN's going to be I'm good.
They're also good.
So we're 4s. Alright. Well, that's 4 damage.
Alright,
Bop.
so they have 2 armor. So you do 2 damage overall. Magic boy.
Yeah, not feeling super great about having no magic powers. And we'll then use metal to spend an action dodging.
Okay.
And
increases
sort of
your
he'll
defense.
go. Yeah, he'll go in and be like ka-thunk, and then be like, yeah, there's still 3 of them. So sort of steps back into a defensive posture.
Okay, so Orixion and Molasses then.
That's quite a flat battlefield, right?
Yes.
No magic.
Well,
no magic. No shadows.
What else was I going to say? I assumed as much. Don't worry. Yeah. I ain't got fuck all I can do. Oh, I can't do magic. So there's no point doing that. Yeah. Oh God, what a pathetic place to find myself in. I will, and we're in the same. We're a zone away. We'll be in the same zone with them.
Let's say everything's in the same zone. It's quite a.
Everything's in the same zone. Okay, that's less. Okay. Well, I will.
So when these guys explode for 10 damage each, then.
I was going to say, of course, yeah. Of course, all dead. Of course, that's standard. We're used to that now. Yeah, just wail on one of them, I guess, with some blade attacks. Nothing too fancy. Step in, like even I step in to step away out of combat. But did Zuriel do damage to one?
Oh, sorry, that was the one you wanted to hit the wounded one, right?
I did.
So you actually finished that one off then.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I will start on a fresh.
Crushing a fellow Sigmar pal with his staff feels strange. Test of arms.
Molasses cheers him on and just says, that's what we'd like to see. A bit of Sigmar side.
Yeah, when you hit it though, Zuriel, you don't feel like it's flesh and bone. You feel like it's metal and bits.
He feels better about that.
Cool. Well, I'll just step in and attack. What's their defense?
Good.
What sets of 4? Let's just go a little attacky here, and I'll go for
little chiclacky.
And I'll go for
chiclacky.
No, I'll use my overlap on my focus thingy. Okay, 2 successes. What do we get there? Okay, I can turn that up to. Yeah, I'll turn that up to. By 2 focus points. I'll turn that up to 3 successes. Is that 3 wounds?
Just 3 wounds. It's not +1. Is it 1 plus successes or your knife?
It's a great question. I'm not using it in a normal way.
You've not killed them.
I think it's just
daggers are 0 damage base.
Yeah, it's 0 plus 3. Yeah.
So you just do its toughness. Its armor is 2, so you do just 1.
Okay, but does damage. My Korath blade still. You must make a DN4 X mind determination. So it's a 4.
I feel like I know where this is going.
This is just stun them. That's all. It's 4-1, so it's not it's determination.
What's not based on soul?
No, it's based on mind. Yeah, mind determination.
Well, I've look at 1 mind. So
here we go. That'll be a 4. Ow!
Why do I got to be a 4?
Just what the test is for the Korath blade. The stun impact you get from it. It's a DN4 X being the number of successes, number of damage.
Oh, the damage.
Yes, X the damage, which is usually ridiculously high. It's usually backstabbed.
Well, you can just attack again anyway. So
I used my focus on metal. I used metal on my focus to do that damage. So that was good. But I used my hit and run skill to. Well, technically I can go to different zones, so I assume I can disengage from combat at the very least.
Right. So, Orixion then.
Very impactful.
Oh yeah, Orixion. Orixion huffs and puffs and flies up into the sky in majestic manner, and then swoops down like a really chunky hawk, and makes a charge.
Chunky hawk.
It's not, it's not just Alex with wings,
Yep, gotta be done. Flies up and he's like, and he charges. Yeah,
he does some dry brushing on his way down.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, nearly there. Charges in with his unstoppable force, which I just had to look up because he hasn't put the details on his sheet.
Oh yeah.
It's an extra D6 on the charge. So he uses his metal to make one good attack rather than several piddly ones.
Yep.
His attack is good, so he's gonna get
4s.
He needs 4s, but he's actually gonna have 4 bonus dice, so this should be quite good. Should. Whoa!
Jesus.
Just checking I've done that right. Hang on, how many dice is that?
2, 4, 6.
Is that 9 dice?
Yeah.
That should be right. Yeah, that is right.
Wow, and a focus scale up to 8.
That's incredible.
Whoa! And it's damage 1 base. So it's actually 9 damage. This guy is actually pretty fucking punchy if he does it right.
Yeah. Right, so you do 9 damage. Armor 2, so 7 overall, so yeah, smack down on one. But it is not wounded yet.
Have that.
Orixion
says.
Yes. Okay, fine. So the one who just got hit is going to hit Orixion back. It's 5d6. What's his defense?
Average.
This is with Warhammers. I'm great. So that's
oh dear.
So that's 2s, I believe. But I roll really badly. So that's 3 plus 1. So it's 4 damage.
Cool. So he takes 2 on his toughness.
Yeah. Oh no, I got a focus as well, so I can put one up to.
Takes 3 then.
I can double my focus with point of metal, so I'll do both of those. So it's.
Yep. So it's actually pretty good for a bad roll.
Yeah. And then I'll do another one on one in front of Carrich. What's your defense currently?
Right, let me check 1 second.
Processing. Input 6 talents.
So far it's just good because I haven't had my turn yet.
So I do 3s. So I'll double my focus to get another point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage. Oh, sorry, 5 damage with the +1.
Yeah, I've got 3 armor, so that's 2 damage.
Cool. And then the final one. I guess I'll just roll a cheeky onto Carrich again. Double my focus again, that's much better. That's 6 damage. As the Warhammers come crashing down.
Okay, that's 3 damage then because I've got 3 armor, but I'm on 1 toughness, guys.
Wow.
It's your turn
I've
now.
got-
It's your double
I've got
turn.
Double
3
turn.
wounds, just so you know.
Here comes the big Bonnh.
You're the one who wanted us all to die, remember?
Yeah.
Just always
You're
remember
the
that.
guy.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's impossible to
Again.
die.
Okay, just because I tell you guys what state we're in doesn't mean I'm complaining.
No, it just happens to be that you think it's impossible to die, but you always seem to be the closest to death.
But he doesn't die.
Carrich will never defend Zuriel again. Let's see who dies first.
It does equal dice first.
That's the comradeship from Carrich I've come to expect.
Got it, Carrich. Double turn.
Yay. Okay. Double swing up the one that's in front of me. So that's like my attack and then metal attack.
Fine. Defense is good.
Defense is good, my attack is good, so that's 4s, right?
Correct.
Okay, I can bring that up to 4 successes, which with my focus, which is 6 damage.
Okay, so that is down to 4.
Can't bring my successes up to 4, so it's just 5 damage now.
Down to 3.
That's my first turn. Second turn, Mountain Stance. And Metal Defend Zuriel.
Zuriel fucked off, didn't you? Oh no, you're dodging. You're dodging.
He's just
yeah, he's dodging. He didn't leave.
Defensive posture.
That's true. It's all the same zone anyway, so.
Haha. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Just doing the defense action. Oh no, mounted stance as well. Alright, and then Eris Swift Prow. Well, swinging with the cutlasses again. Into these two chaps. Not the chaps, but the two chaps.
Alternative chaps.
Yeah. So he has +1 focus. Oh, I know I forgot to double my training. Oh, well, I'll take double my focus. I know I'll do 2 attacks. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +1 is 6. So it wounds one of them, and then the other wounds the other. So as they fight, 2 of them are like swinging onto you guys. A Swift Prow like dodges between with the cutlasses, and then like maybe like goes behind and slices the backs of the legs or whatever. And then Drayden is gonna go ahead and do his bow on one of them.
Not a great roll.
No, it's only good. So he wanted falls. So that's 1, 2. I'll just do another attack instead of doubling focus. There we go.
Whoa!
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 is another 1. So down to 5. So that is 3 wounds off the wound tracker on the first one. And then Zuriel, it's your turn. So you have 1 who's heavily wounded, 1 who's just wounded, and 1 who's still on full health.
Yeah, well, goes in for an attack on the heavily wounded one.
Mm-hmm.
Just a classic staff bop. But swung furiously.
Yes.
Using his metal.
Furious bop.
For 4 damage.
Down to 2, but that is enough to do the wound on this last one.
Nice.
Is that your second kill now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going pretty well.
Yeah, cool.
Well, it takes a Stormcast to kill a Stormcast, don't you know?
And then Molasses and Orixion. You've got 1 who's just wounded and 1 who's on full health.
Now I'll finish the wounded one with my devastating toothpick attack.
You might be able to clean some of the grime out from in between the plates.
Yeah, I just climb on his head. Just do a fancy a spruce up, mate. Tighten his bolts or something. That'll sort him out. Right, let's go for another attack. Let's just see what we can do. Not too much. Here we go. Still a good defense.
Yeah. Are you going to double your training or do 2 attacks?
I'm gonna, I feel I can't. They got 2 armor, don't they? So now I'm gonna double my the other thing, my focus.
Okay.
And try and get in there. Oh. But guess what? Yeah, okay, great. It's the same again. Then it's gonna be 1 more wound.
1 more wound.
Yeah, and if you can roll me a DN4-1 determination test.
I will.
God, I failed this one. Come on. No! Bastards. Fine. And I step back out of combat.
Mike, you can add your focus to 2 3s to get them to 2 4s.
Yes, what I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's 3
But
damage.
you just increased 1.
3 damage, they have 2 armor, so yeah. It's pathetic, I know.
Orixion, you can't do your funky charge move anymore. You're just toe to toe. Orixion.
Cheek.
Sorry, yes. Sometimes I forget that I'm playing Orixion, and he's not here. Yeah, he can't do his glorious charge anymore, so he just swings a diplomatic blade. Somehow, using his metal, still does pretty well. A 5 damage strike.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 3 there. You can turn as well.
Oh yes, I've got focus. A 6 damage strike.
No, on the wounded one, I presume.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Gotta be surgical, otherwise you don't make it into the storm host.
Cool. So he's did a heavy blow to this third warrior.
He's like, you know, Zuriel, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Cool. And then I think it's them again.
They start hitting back, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does happen.
So one of them will hit Orixion as he makes that remark. Because that's
Oh.
Imagine if they meant something. Like in
I
Wang.
know. That would be horrific in Wang. That's the shotgun blast from the armsman that kills a space marine.
Yes. So that is 5, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So yeah, Orixion's looking pretty worse for wear now on the old toughness. He's huffing and puffing as great hammer blows rain down upon him.
And what was your defense now, Carrich?
It is extraordinary.
Okay, so
Are you
double my
lying?
focus. I double my focus. Get 2 damage, but you ignore it on your armor. And then we're back to top of the line with you again.
Right. So, what do we have left right now?
1 fully untouched guy and 1 who's on death's door.
So yeah, obviously, I'll go for it. I only have 1 turn now, and I'm in mountain stance. But are they? Yeah, I'll go for the one that's nearest to me. If I can't hit any of them without removing mountain stance.
Yeah.
Okay. Defense is good, right?
Yes. If everyone else can just queue up their attacks on the last guy, I'm probably just moshing him at the end.
So it's 5 damage.
Lads.
Is this on the wounded or the fully healed?
On the wounded.
Yeah, totally dead.
And second action defends Zuriel again.
Okay. Yeah, and then we'll do Eris. Moves in to attack the fully healed one. I'll probably double my training because it's +3, so I actually get 10 d6.
Ooh.
And it's 3s, and I've got 1 focus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 damage. And then Drayden will do the same with his ranged attack. So gets an extra 2d6, so it's 7d6. He needs 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a focus of 5, so it's 6. Just another 4. So the last one is now wounded.
Nice.
And now it's Zuriel's turn.
Big swing. Big bop. Missing his magic. Pretty angry about it. Where's my button? I've got 2 sheets open, it's getting confusing. Alright, here we go. We got, what, 5 damage to do? Not happening with the staff, but we'll give it a go. He does 4 damage, but obviously not through the armor. There you go. That's him done.
So how much? How much in total? 4 damage.
4 damage. Although it's 3 6s. 3 6s. Why doesn't that mean something?
Yeah.
I mean, also meaningless.
Because I'm now onto wounds, so it's like if you do 2 to 4 damage, it's still like 2 wounds.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. I'm with you.
And then Orixion and Molasses.
Yep, let's just go for the attack. Here we go. Couple of ammo.
Tickle.
Couple of ammo. Oi. Oh, tickle you, mate. No! Son of a bitch. Nah, it's bloody useless, isn't it? It's nothing this time. Just pings off the arm this time.
Tell you what, though, your turns are bloody quick when you can't do anything.
Yeah. I'd be happy with that, wouldn't I?
Right. Are you not? Did you double your training or something?
Double my focus. Or added my focus on.
If you double your focus, you get 4 focus. 1.
Oh shit! I've not been
2,
doing
3.
enough focus. I've not been doing enough focus, guys.
You could get 4.
Yeah, I
Makes
should.
4 successes.
I should have been doing more damage. I've been using just my regular focus, so that's probably. Fine. Yes, you're absolutely right.
All right, Orixion.
Wait, no. That means I do 2 damage, and you have to roll.
I've done it.
Roll 14.
Here comes the last
Roll a
hitter of
4-2 this
Sigmar.
4-2 now. You've got to do 1 dice. There you go. You're stunned, mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Go.
All right.
So his defense is now average if he's stunned.
Ooh.
There
Well
we go.
now, that means we're gonna be hitting on 3s.
Mm-hmm.
2 training for Sigmar.
Yeah, he does it.
He super does it with 7 damage.
Nice.
Orixion. Mate, he's in the wrong chamber.
He's in the wrong session. So
this doesn't seem right. He got to play me, and Zuriel got to do all the damage in the world, and I didn't. And now I get to play him, and I got Orixion absolutely smashing the fuck out of some.
But this is it, right? You're both playing the 2 characters, taking turns. That's what I've surmised.
It seems to work.
Right. So, as the bodies fall, the door beyond opens. And into this next circular chamber, you see this sort of in this room like a whirling tornado of magic, bearing aloft magical hammers cast in the image of Galmaraz, the Great Shatterer, which is Sigmar's warhammer that he lost.
Don't suppose the real deal's here in this vault, is it?
I don't think so.
Kind of nice.
But you Zuriel, you recognise this as what is known as an endless spell. Very dangerous. And you can see the runes carved in the ceiling of the chamber, the dome ceiling. You can tell it's been contained purposefully here. And you know that magic users, which you now feel like you can use magic again. You feel like you will be able to hold it in place.
Oh.
Or you could unbind it, but that would take time, and you'd require the assistance of other magic users.
I'm here for you, buddy.
We have a couple of magic users. Probably.
Yeah.
So what's the? We're in another chamber.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of whirling magic tempest happening in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on? Is there like a clear route to the next trial or whatever? Like, is it obvious that we need to do something to this spell?
Yeah, you can sort of see through the energies. You can see another door beyond.
Sorry.
And you hear the Daughter of Cain what's her name? Yeah, Thystra. She says to Juliana, she says, "This is powerful magic, but I believe I can hold it whilst you pass."
I like the cut of your jib.
I like the cut of your jib.
Oh, well, thank you. We have fantastic jibs.
Finally found something on Molasses can get on with. I'd
Turns
like to
out-
cut your chips. Oh, yes.
Molasses is just a racist.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
Doesn't mean to be. Just one of those like older generational races. Not trying to be that way. Just brought up a certain way. So wait, she's offering to just like, I'm getting very like Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone challenges here to get through, and slowly the team drop off one by one as they get to Voldemort. But if the baddies, one of them wants to stay behind, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
You're a great assassin, Molasses.
Thank you. You must have heard of me on the great words of the Daughters of the Game.
Zuriel says you've proven yourself a potent channeler of etheric energies, but how can we trust that you will maintain the way and keep our safety in mind?
She says, I will control the Tempest, and you and my companions will pass together. If you think I can somehow control it to only target you, then you're overestimating my abilities.
Well, that's very comforting. I suppose it's as good a plan as any, lest we leave someone else behind. And then he sort of strolls up and like all but puts his arm around Juliana. Is like, "Go on then, let's get going."
All together now. Right, so she has to still do a channeling test. So she does get 7.
Oh, quite spicy.
So yes, she manages to reach out and control the Tempest so it slows. So you're able to kind of avoid the hammers that are flying around. But she's clearly like struggling. She's like, "Yeah, I cannot hold it for long."
Onwards.
Yes, proceed. Leave a mind.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Garrett, you might want to watch your head there. You don't want one of these hammers to hit you while you're not wearing your helmet.
Completely ignores that. Completely ignores that.
Cool. So as you just manage to cross into this new doorway, you feel the whooshing of the vortex starting up again. Juliana turns to you and says, hopefully she will be able to hold it again when we return.
Yeah, we didn't think of that, did we?
Zuriel's thought of it. You've got him. He'll figure something out.
Yeah, but... Okay.
So the next chamber.
Oh, of secrets.
See a broomstick and lots of flying keys.
I know this one. Okay. Daryl doesn't know what's going on.
Fine. So you see this room is almost completely empty, and you see the door beyond in front of you, and hanging above the doorway is a huge hammer held by rope. which looks very frayed.
Oh, good.
And underneath where the hammer is, there are runes on the floor. And it is a lore or theology test to read them.
Oh dear.
Well, I'm not gonna.
No, that's fine. I can. They're mine. Let's have a go at some.
It's just a 4-1.
For what?
A 4-1.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, 4-1.
See, easy.
So yeah, Molasses, you read it, and it says, "Trust in the Stormlord and enter."
It says, "Trust in the Stormlord, enter." Is that one of you two? Are you the Stormlord? One of you the Stormlord?
I would not presume to be called the Stormlord, but you may call me the Stormwake. But yes.
I think you know that Sigmar's full name is Sigmar Stormlord.
Trust in the Stormlord. Anything else going on in this chamber?
Nope.
So just that hammer, and that's it.
Yep.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes.
Carrich steps forward.
Okay.
Sounds so sure.
Step forward where?
Towards the hammer. Is it in like an arm's is it an arm's reach? Under it, am I able to
touch it? No, I think it's quite high up.
Okay, how high up would that be? As in, like, is it possible for me to throw my hammer, for example, to see if I can hit it?
You want to hit the hammer?
Yeah, it's on a rope. I mean, it could kind of like tear it away, I guess, or something. Unless someone else has a better idea.
I honestly have no idea what to do in this room. It's even though I've read the runes.
No, hang on. Let's want to get the lay of the land again. We're in a room, nothing in it. There's a precarious hammer, and on the other side of the hammer, there's
the door.
A passage, a door.
Yeah.
Just a closed door.
Yeah.
Sort of immediately in front of the hammer.
Beyond the hammer, yeah.
Beyond the hammer. How far beyond the hammer?
It's like literally the space in front of the doorway is where the hammer is.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case.
Did you understand something I didn't?
No, Zuriel was just eyeing up whether or not he could just teleport past the hammer. And he can't, because there is happily no space to do that.
That's not very trusting of Sigmar. Teleport.
Well, my initial thought when walking into this room was like, yep, let's just go for it. And now I'm scared. But Zuriel wouldn't be scared. Yep, Zuriel is just gonna trust in the Stormlord.
Yeah, you and Orixion are very pro Sigmar. I don't think you would.
I don't think they would actually have it. They would be like, "Yep, let's go for it."
Yeah, I think what you've sort of got the feeling of at least the past two chambers as well. This is definitely like proving your worthiness to Sigmar.
Yes.
And you think, well, clearly we are.
Clearly, I am worthy.
Yeah,
so Zuriel just saunters up to the door.
You are able to walk underneath the hammer and open the door. Nothing happens.
Good. Well, that's good for Zuriel and Orixion, who follows behind him. So what do you guys do?
Well, I mean, as soon as I see that, I guess I'll just follow. There's no reason not to.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we've left. I wrote her name down. I wrote her name down.
Juliana?
No, we left the other one.
Thistra
behind.
Yes.
So we've still got Drayden, Aeris, and Juliana still with us. Yeah, a number of them now. That's pretty good.
And Kravich.
Yeah, but he seems He just seems like he's just the one who works there, right? He's just the janitor.
He doesn't work in the Stormvault. He's not a millennia old.
What's? I feel like we don't know about this young Carrich who's with us.
Maybe he is millennia old. Who knows?
Maybe he is. Okay. Well, we follow them to the rest of the day. Seem pretty eager to follow. None of them have to stay behind to hold up a door or like.
No, I think you hear Juliana as you go past. You hear Juliana being like it's easy. Like they were elves and they passed through fine. Just get moving. So you've passed the chambers, and now I can reveal this. That's what it looked like, the floor plan there. And so you pass into a series of corridors and shafts. Molasses, everyone seems bewildered about which way to go. It's labyrinthian in nature.
Oh God.
But you remember, strangely, do you remember when you were on top of the ziggurat and you looked out?
Oh, yep.
And you were like, these walls look like a map.
Here we go.
And you get the sense you know exactly where to go.
Good old. There you go. Plus points for fucking off by myself and wandering around.
So you managed
sometimes
to...
it pays off. So we went through these. So these first rooms, like that kind of rectangular room, was kind of room with the guards in, and the sub room was, and then we get into a labyrinthy bit. And I very smugly. Is there any chance of like, any way to kind of shake their tail if I know where to go? Anyways, try and like shake the other three as we can nip off. So now the wrong path, perhaps. Again, some kind of trickery to like almost have them follow the wrong one and we kind of ditch them.
Do you want to do an illusion?
Yeah, my theory would be, I guess we get to like
won't last that long, but you might be able to send.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We kind of like I make a lot of classic. Molasses fuss, as you would call it, a lot of braggery, and I know the way, do follow me, and in some kind of swift motion manage to both disappear and cast an illusion that leads them one way. I guess it's tough. I'm trying to think how I could, but they would obviously not, if the rest of the group didn't follow them. It would be confusing. I want to somehow bring the rest of the group with us. It's a bit too tricky to manipulate. Because it would need to create like a whole illusion of our group going that way. We'd all need to like disappear at the same time, which seems a bit ambitious, I would say. I can't think of it else.
In any case, you reach. Maybe you're scouting ahead, but you reach an antechamber with a hatch below.
You know, I love a hatch.
Yeah.
We need to sort out some kind of telepathic link, guys, because there's so many schemes we could be pulling, and it's always impossible because we can never communicate. So there's the hatch. So I've led the whole squad there. Yeah, I couldn't think of a good way to send them on the wrong track. They're cunning. They're not idiots. It'd have to be a pretty swick move. We have to plan it in advance. But yes, to the hatch.
Okay. You open the hatch, and an immense wave of heat washes up at you.
Lost again.
Below you see a thin marble balcony, and as you drop down, you see an immense lake of lava.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ!
This Stormvault is not fucking around, is it?
No.
And you see this balcony kind of going out either side. And
so we drop down here.
So you're over here on the west side.
Oh, okay. Right, that's the balcony. Oh, yes, right, okay. Yes.
And that's the little hatch there, little square.
Great.
And then on this kind of island, this natural island, wait, I'll find the description because it's really cool.
Cool.
So on the
See,
island
what worries me
is gone.
Is that I see zones.
On the island stands an ornate forge and anvil, twice the size of a normal forge. Though there is no smith, the sounds of 6 hammers working in unison can be heard echoing through the chamber. In the forge sits a simple metal cup, stamped with ancient runes that defy any attempt at translation. Though small, you still see the cup glinting from your location.
Yeah.
And we'll probably end it there.
Oh.
So are there people operating these hammers?
Just the sound.
Just the sound, but we can see it.
Echoes. Single cups sitting on the forge.
But there's sounds of forging going on.
That is weird and cool.
And you'll see that this is called a very Harry Potter-like chamber of fire.
Ah.
So not a goblet of secrets, but a chamber of fire.
It's a shining cup.
So, no, actually, I'll ask this after we're done.
Oh, we're done. That's fine.
What was the point of that hammer thing?
That was the test
hammer.
of arms. You had the trial of arms. You had the trial of magic. You had the trial of faith.
There we go.
If you trust.
Oh, so it was actually. But why the hammer then?
Because you have to like walk past them and have the stupid trust they wouldn't just clonk you on the head.
I completely misread that. I completely misread that when we were in the chamber.
Like, you probably would get whacked if you go through all boldly trusting in it.
I wanted to tear it out of its place.
I just wanted to trust the Storm Boys.
When you were saying you were going to touch it with your hammer, and you're on like 3 out of 4 wounds, I was like, oh dear.
I'm gonna stand under it and chuck my hammer up at it.
I just thought that we needed to like get it down for some reason.
We did. We needed to get it down to kill you.
So, listen, okay, shut up.
That was cool.
I'm not going to think about a ruse to lose them.
Yeah, it was good, but I really need a headset because this whole push to talk thing is really distracting. It gets in the way, and I can't talk to you guys and actually check shit here.
Why can't you? I don't understand why it's a laptop. Can't you just leave it to just tech sound?
Well, I'm using push to talk to see if you guys are having to hear yourselves, the music, and everything else happening.
Of course.
Because we've got no headphones. Yes, I see. Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, the good news is we will finish this mission next time. I thought we would do it today, but it's fine.
It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be.
I don't think we dilly-dallied too much today either, actually.
No.
Relatively efficient. Relatively.
Well, no, at the beginning, when we, the whole generator room thing and everything, that took a bit of time.
True.
Maybe more than it should have. Yeah. Especially deciding to actually go down the elevator once you got everything working. That took some time.
It was only a minute or two of no one being quite sure what we actually wanted to do.
Yeah, because I was getting really paranoid after like Mikey was saying. I mean, he does have a point, but
I'm still very paranoid.
At some point,
who do you think these zones are for?
Well, yes, obviously. Like, as soon as we came down here, the first thing I saw were the purple lines. I'm like,
Look, don't look at those. They don't exist.
Hey, it's not my fault they're there.
The fact there's a map here should, if anything, just warn you something could happen.
Tip you off.
Well, yes, obviously. I mean, something was going to happen as soon as we got to the artifact. Obviously.
It's an exciting move.
It also, zones dictate how far you can move in around, so there could be a time-based element.
That's a good point. Good. Yeah.
That's a good point. That could be relevant.
Yeah.
Could not.
Could be a red herring.
Also, Molasses, I hate to say this. Well, actually, I see some shadows there, so maybe Molasses can bypass all this time.
Yes, on the inner. No, I can see. No, on the inner on the right hand side down here. There's some. Look at that. There's some shadows there. Yeah, very shadowy in the lava. You just swim along in the lava. That can be quite shadowy.
Yeah. I imagine the lava is giving off light as well. So, but
oh yes, hey, your map has shadows there on top of the lava. So.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you can go down there if you like.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, it's only a deadly hazard.
It's fine. I'll just do my usual. I'll just climb under the underside of the bridge to get there. It'll be fine. Nothing will go wrong.
The desert classic.
Yes.
All right, guys.
A general point of order, one final point is: do you think we will have recovered any toughness before this possible conflict begins?
I mean, at this point, I am
maybe chugged some Aki G.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I'd say you can chuck. You can get the aqua.
Okay.
You would never had time to
rest, but yeah, if you
because you were always doing actions and stuff.
If you had, for example, taken some hand blows to the face, you might have had a little sippy sip.
Yeah, you would have done.
If, for example, you happen to have loads of the stuff lying around.
Oh yeah.
I literally only have 6 drops left after I just take the amount that I need now to restore my health. So I am about 60% ready for Carrich to die before we get out of here.